Greetings, beloved. This is Tony. We have a law, and this is the most amazing thing. It's really amazing. Matthew 19:7, King James Bible. The Jews answered him, "We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of God." Now, they made a law that any man that claimed to be the Son of God must die. Who made that law? And why would someone make such a law? Well, this is where I'm going to take you and sort of show you this, and it's going to be very empowering for you. During this recent election, this word, I'm sorry, not that. ESTABLISHMENT. Establishment. Kept coming up over and over. Establishment. The establishment. For the establishment. Against the establishment. And for me, I have an understanding that meant means difference. Ye have become as gods, knowing the difference between good and evil. Okay? Difference. So the establishment is to establish difference. Establish difference. Now, Christ has become the cornerstone that the builders rejected. Who are the builders? The builders of establishment. And you know, these boys, it's really funny, because I've shown this so much here, okay? When they build a temple or a building of authority, they lay a cornerstone, okay? And they anoint it with corn, wine, and oil. This is actually a tithe. Okay, so this would be known as a tithe. Corn, wine, and oil is anointed on the cornerstone when they build the temples. And the temples are the establishments. Okay? They establish difference. Alright? Now, I'm just going to show you one other quick thing. You know I'm not an artist, but I can draw a stick person. Okay? This is Solomon. Okay? And Solomon sat between the two columns, the difference. Okay? The difference. And he said to divide the baby in half. Well, you know, in a strange way of looking at that, is Christ that baby? Are you that baby? You see, the establishment is to establish difference. We could call it Democrat, Republican. You see, it's the dividing. It's the duality. We could call it sun and moon. We could call it male. We could call it female. We could call it land. We could call it water. Okay, so Solomon set the first establishment. Establish difference. Okay, establishment. Ment means difference. Well, I decided to look up words that end in ment. M-E-N-T. There are roughly 617 words in English. And listen to this. Government means to govern difference. Development. Develop difference. Moment would be a place in time of difference. Management. Manage difference. Department. That means to section off the difference. Movement. Agreement. Agree on difference. Environment. Treatment. To treat difference. Estatement. And invest. Invest in difference. Well, employment. To employ difference. Parliament. Equipment. element, comment, document. Document means to write down the differences. Payment, assessment, commitment, requirement, arrangement, an appointment, an experiment, establishment. Okay, and what's really funny, some of these words in here: atonement, lament, compliment. I mean, and the words are incredible. Retirement, judgment, commandment, entertainment, measurement, advertisement, pavement, cement, assignment, imprisonment, engagement, embarrassment, enforcement, testament, segment, amusement, resentment, enjoyment, to enjoy difference. You see, but I mean, and I could read through all of these incredible words: alignment, infringement, refreshment, advancement, reinforcement. Oh, good one. Lighttenment. Enlightenment. Enlighten difference. You see, in the minting, here's another funny thing. It's actually M-I-N-T, but in all of these situations, it's spelled M-E-N-T. And I'm going to tell you how there's this crazy thing about the alphabet. I've not really shared it with people, but they're actually symbols that really mean way more than we understand. So what happens is this mint, M-E-N-T, means men's thoughts. So establishment would be to establish men's thoughts of difference. Let's do that. Establishment. So it would be establish men's thoughts of difference. So now I'm going back to, we have a law, and by that law, he must die. He made himself the Son of God. Who makes such crazy laws? And why would they make such a law? It takes authority from them. Establishment no longer has any authority. It's understatement. Embodiment. E-M-B-O-D-I-M-E-N-T. Embody difference. Ligament. Contentment. Accomplishment. Nourishment. Wonderment. Casement. Concealment. Reinstatement. Acknowledgement. An acknowledgement. To acknowledge difference. Discouragement. Discourage difference. Impeachment. Impeach difference. The amazing thing is establishment. Okay, so the establishment establishes difference, and from that difference they make laws. And I just got to tell you this, because it angers me. It makes me very upset about all of it. Don't tell me Romans 13 about follow the laws of the land, because what I'm going to tell you, every important person in Scripture broke the laws of the land. Christ broke the laws of the land because he claimed to be the Son of God. And they had a law against that. Moses broke the laws of Pharaoh. The disciples all were imprisoned and killed. So there's like a major scam happening because of these establishments, these temples where God dwells not. See, the whole concept of God dwelling in a building is ludicrous. It's insanity. You see, it's the egos of men. And Solomon started it. The whole concept of building, and what most people don't know, and you got to understand this one, there are two houses of David. You got to go back, I think it's in 1 Kings. And actually, I made a mistake a while ago. It's not Matthew 19:7. It's John 19:7. Sorry. But anyway, two houses of David. And if you go back into 1 Kings and you read the story, okay, David, he built a house for God. Okay, but God also tells David that he will build him a house. So there are two houses. I'm going to show you something. The Pope uses a symbol, and I think it's got like a little hat, okay, on there, of two keys. And the two keys are the keys to the two houses of David. One key locks the temple, the building where God dwells not. The other key unlocks your heart. So there are two houses of David. You see, and this is the whole battle that's happening in Scripture. This is what Christ was telling everyone. God dwells not in these temples. He dwells in you, in the people. He's not in the establishment. The difference, that establishes difference. Because here's the thing, crazy thing, people. God made difference. He made land and water, sun and moon, okay? Male and female, okay? And when you battle over the difference, you divide, okay? But only when the male and the female become one. So I got to show you this quick thing. Then you get the child. So here's the math. One became two. And this is where people are stuck. But also, two becomes one. Then the child is born. So it's one became two, two becomes one, and then the fruit is the child. Okay, but everybody's in this difference thing. It's this divide and conquer program. And as long as that's happening, the two will never happen. I'm going to tell you one other quick thing. Take a look at the Statue of Liberty. She is the goddess Columbia, okay? She's pregnant with the child. If you look at the thing of Columbia Pictures, when it comes on, a couple of months back I did a video about the third column. Well, the goddess Columbia in there, she is pregnant. Okay, and they know this, and they laugh. Because we don't know it. Two become one. Now, another crazy thing, I told you guys I had a video about a star, okay? And I've got this thing about spirit, earth, air, fire, and water. Okay, well, Adam was made of earth, and the air was breathed into him. So it's earth and air. There is a baptism by water, and there is also a baptism by fire, leading spirit. So spirit become material, but there's a reversal process going back to spirit. And it even, in our language, it even has something to do with like I don't know, I, O, U, the vowels. Vowel, L, vow to God. Alright, quick ramble. I just want to get that out about establishment and the words ending in ment. Take a look at it.